improved. Worked with Claude for many years now, knowing Claude for over 20 years. So, you know, there's certain things that we like to see in my swing. Just like you guys, I got some faults that I've got to, you know, look at. You know, starting with the grip, very basic stuff. I've always been a guy that my left hand tends to go a little bit strong on my left hand. So I start doing some funny things in my swing. So I have to really concentrate on keeping my left hand on the club very neutral. So, you know, seeing the 1.5 knuckles almost, not 2. When it gets a little strong, I start tending to hit that little hook. It's like Trevino said, you can't talk to a hook. A fade might listen, but you can't. A hook won't listen. So, you know, we all got faults in our swings, and we've got things that they don't obviously go according to plan. So, just like you guys, I got to work on those things. So, yeah, I think we can talk about that this morning.
It's always the same. You know, you would think that, you know, with probably one of the best players, you know, that I've ever seen, in what Ernie would do is very technical, but most of the stuff that we do is very similar to, you know, what you all struggle with. A lot of Ernie's faults tend to be when his basic fundamentals get, you know, bad, his alignment, his posture. He always likes to practice with a rod down. That gives him a good gauge on where he's aimed. That's a great thing, I think, for any of us that are practicing. Go ahead and stick a club down. That'll give you a really good idea of where you're aiming, because I certainly think one of the things that we see in a lot of the pro-ams, people get aimed improperly, and a lot of times we see people hit good golf shots that go right where they're aimed. It's just not aimed in the right place. So it's always easier for Ernie to see where his alignment is. Like a lot of good players, most good tour players struggle when they get aimed too far to the right, and this always helps Ernie get actually just a fraction on the open side, which has him normally right where we want him to be.
Yeah, when I look up, like I'm going to go to that red flag now, I want to aim the ball line where, actually when I look up, I want to look at the flag. You know, my weakness is when I go too far to the right, and I've got to look to my left to look at the flag. That means I've got to come over the golf ball, and normally when you aim too far right, you're going to miss it left. And I see that so much playing in pro-ams is, like you say, you know, people not aiming in the correct manner. What I like to do in the golf course, just to aim, you know, if you look at that little divot in front of me, you know, get a kind of aiming spot where the ball's going to go through. You know, it's almost like you're hitting through that spot, and that kind of helps you with your follow through, you know. Instead of trying to hit at the flag or, you know, thinking about the target too much, think about something on the ground here where you can just swing through, and it helps the ball kind of on its way. So.
Yeah.